Well, hello, hello, hello. Okay, let me turn up the music a little bit. Yeah, we love the MCBC non-copyright music. Advanced placement. I didn't realize that's the name of the song. That's cool. Okay, so I have all my MCBC teams here, and I'm doing this as a little stream. It'd be fun. Maybe I might turn this into a video. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. But in case I do, yeah. Uh, Welcome to the ultimate ranking of Irish Potato MCBC teams. So, fun fact, I've played in 16 events. Goddamn. There are two here that I've added as well. Cause I technically didn't play in, but I was involved. And then the other one was like a non-canon, like not, we did an event in collaboration with other people. So that's what I did. So yeah. I guess we start from the I guess we're gonna start in order if I can. So yeah, we're gonna start from season 11 and work our way up to, you know, way up for the seasons, then do the non-canons, I guess. So yeah, let's try it. Okay, the first one here is season 11. So that happened in 2022. Damn, I feel old. That was 3 years ago. Anyways, I was on a team with Person and Dan that plays, and obviously this was the very first event I played MCBC wise, so I'm obviously gonna be biased in some way, shape, or form. I'll put it as fun. I unfortunately I don't really think Danda or Zeph are active anymore, so I don't think I could necessarily run it back. It wasn't like my favorite team of all time either. But that's fine. As well as that, what I was gonna say, like I haven't really hated any of my MCBC teams. There's like one or two that I would kind of say I wouldn't want to do that again, but that's fine. That's why there's one and done. Okay, next one, season 12. It was myself, TZ, and DJ Philly, and obviously they're both goats. You might know them. They're part of the MCC Rising family now, so they were both in Rising Free as subs, but they're still part of it. And like I genuinely enjoyed this team so much. It was such a fun team. At the time, it was a bit stressful, but looking back, like I 100% would run this team back, so I'm gonna put it and run it back. This is a riff race or relic. Yeah, hazards. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I would 100% run that back, but unfortunately, TZ and Philly are both staff members, so the chances of that happening are probably like 0 to none, but it could be possible. Who knows? It could be possible. Okay. Next up, season 13. This was my first event win. So that was in July of 2023, which is insane. I was on team with Chimmy and Prime Strap, and it was such a vibe. To be honest, we were first the entire time. Like, it wasn't even close, but we were very like what was I gonna say? We weren't even trying really hard. I think that was like, if you look back at that season, that was a very, very low comp season. So that's probably why we won. Um Obviously it's my first ever win, so I'm between putting it and run it back and peak. I would 100% run this team back. Well, then Prime staff now, so I don't know if it would be good, but I'm gonna put it and run it back. I'm gonna put it just behind this team because I feel like this team's like close to peak as well. Season 14. I was with Gigi the puppy and Minimuna. Gigi, you might know her from being part of the MCC Rising family. She was in MCC Rising 3 on the blue team and did really well actually. So this was back in 2022. In September. Minimuna's no longer active, which is a shame because I do miss Minimuna, but she was awesome. This was the first female team in MCBC, so that's cool to know. I think at the time there was probably like 4 female roster members, so freedom on the same team is pretty cool. So that's why there's a little special category saying women. So it's not the only one in this list that's gonna go into women, but yeah, that it gets its own little specialist because it's an all girl team and women. We need more women representation. Yeah. Okay. And I think the next one would have been festive. Yeah. Oh yeah, it would have been season 15, but I didn't play in season 15. I've sat out 2 seasons in total, which is crazy. Since season 11, so I sat out season 15 and season 22. I think I wasn't available for 22, and then I got put on the bench for season 15, which was fine because I played in 4 events since then. So yeah. The next one I played in was festive in 2022. So that was in December. It was our Christmas one. We raised money for charity, which is always a great cause. However, I'm gonna be blank, or I'm gonna be blunt when I say this. This team was not it. We really, on paper, this team was gonna be so good, and I don't really know why it didn't work as well as I had thought it was gonna work. But my teammates were Avery and Orbits, and like separately, they're both amazing people. I think just the 3 of us combined just didn't work. It was enjoyable, but unfortunately that day my internet hated me. So I was very down in the dumps because I just couldn't play the game because my internet was like killing me. Yeah, Natty, you noticed. Fest 22, yeah. Yikes. It's a yikes. It was rough. Yeah, my internet just hated me. And this is probably the only one that's going in one and done. Because I've teamed with Avery before in other events, as you'll see, MCBC wise, and those teams were fun. Orbis is no longer part of the roster. I think he quit after season 16 or 17. I think 17 was the last he played in. But yeah. Yeah, I looking back at this experience, it wasn't great, but that was mainly due to, I think, just internet problems running the actual team. But I think teams wise, it's not a great team. It wasn't a great team, but that's okay. Okay, then we move on to season 16 in March of 2023. Damn, that was a while ago. My team for this was Plushie 33 and Stride. Could have been something good. Yeah, it just didn't work. Yeah. Plushie and Stride. This team. Ooh. Okay, this team on paper, once again, really good team, really strong team, right? But everyone was like, that team is so unfair because you have 2 top frags in Stride and Plushie on this team, and like this was like 2023 MCBC, so there wasn't a lot of like really strong competitive MCBC players at the time, and then you had 2 of them on the same team, and then me as the nerf, which stats wise works. It works because I literally got I think I got last indiv in this event, last indiv in you can't even see the cursor. Yeah, you almost yeah. Well, I'm gonna say why it's going where it is. I came last in festive indiv wise, and then I came last in season 14 indiv wise. Which yeah, last 2 events, yeah, I was last place, and statistically at this time I was the worst player on the roster. Not so much now, but like I feel like my 3.5 years of experience in playing MCBC should kind of speak for itself. But it's fine. This team was so much fun at the time, and like we were doing really well up until Cacti's. Need I say more? It was fun, but Cacti's ruined the experience for me personally, and there was a lot of shite that happened after Cacti's and different things. My motivation was down in the dumps for a while. Kind of the way the other team involved, handled the situation as well wasn't really great either. But yeah, it was a fun team. Hi Slater. It was a fun thing. So far we have Run It Back season 12 and season 13. Then in Fun was season 11, season 16, One and Done, Festive, and then Whammin season 14. So that's what we got so far. Moving on then, what's next? It's season 17. Right, so season 17. is in May of 2023. So I was on a team with Stride and Jaden because I mean Slater must have thought, hey, it didn't work well the first. I mean they almost won the first time, so let's just get them Jaden instead of Plushie. That would be more balanced. I would have loved a team with you in an MCBC. Maybe one day, who knows? Listen, I can tell you this I think for the TCBC drafts, I think my original team was Yumi and JJ because that's what we wanted to do, and then Slater's like, no. I'm kidding, Slater. But yeah, it maybe one day, Natty, for sure. But yeah, season 17. I'm gonna be honest, when I was like getting the images for these, I do not remember season 17 whatsoever. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I think it was such a like unmemorable season. It was just like an average season for me. Because of that, because I just don't remember it. Like, and Stride is no longer part of the roster. I think that was his last event actually. Jaden is still part of the roster, and I would love to team with Jaden again someday. But I think this team generally is a one and done. But it definitely would be above. It would be above Festive. I think if I can move it up. There we go. Maybe if y'all didn't skip the new map. Okay, yeah. Listen, I think I try to get it played. Okay, I always try to get the new games played, and then they just skip it. Yeah, but that was a one and done team, I feel. Like, not because of vibes. Like, the vibes were there, but I think just because it was such an unmemorable season, I don't remember it at all. I think this was before the big break? I think it was before the big break, was it? No, oh no. Oh, it was the time. Okay, maybe I remember why y'all started hating new stuff. Yeah. Which big break? Yeah, true. We have those a lot. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Sorry, it's with season 17. I think the reason why I don't remember it as much is because we had 2 events that same month. Because the other event we had that much was much more memorable. So it was this one. So this happened at the end of May, whereas season 17 happened at the start. So it was it was 3 weeks. That was like the shortest gap we had in between events. Never again. You never see that in MCBC. That's like 2023 standards, you know? Anyways, my team for this was Avery and Ella. And this team, holy shit, this team was good. This team was so good. I love this team so much. Obviously it's another all-female team, so because of that, it's going in woman. But if I didn't have the woman category, season 14 definitely would be run it back, and I think it would either be run it back or peak, to be honest. Like, this team was just so fun. Me, Ella, and Avery were just like, that was such a fun event. It was Ella's first event as well, and she did really well, actually. I think she got like a really high indiv, which is great for her. So yeah. Next up, love that tier, yeah. Next up is season 19 with Primestat and Defect, and I gotta say this team was peak. I'm throwing it up there. Maybe I'm too quick to put it up there, but this team was so much fun. This was the Green Power Ranger team. We also had Bingus at the start, but unfortunately Bingus I think crashed after 2 games, so we had Defect sub, and this was Defect's first event. He got invited to the roster beforehand, and he had to sub in on the fly. Had no clue what he was doing. We got I don't know if we got first or second overall. I think we got first overall. But then we lost Cactus in the like quickest fucking time in history. So it was the really like up and down season, but it's such a fun one looking back on it. Like the vibes were just there. 100% will run it back as well. Yeah. I feel bad for Bingus because the internet just hated him that day. And like I get the whole internet hating because you'll figure out it still hated me at this point. This team was peak, 100%. As the first one going into that category. So yeah. Next one then is season 20, which was in October of this year, so it was our Halloween event in 2023. I was on a team with Mixer and Vercon. I think this was Vercon's last event as well. And I think it was also Mixer's last event. So obviously at the time we didn't know that, but I think this was the case. I love this team so much. While it wasn't like peak, we absolutely like we were cooking the entire time, and then freaking whoever decided to put Plushy 33 and Rubixel on a team, I hope your pillows are warm. They got they got max points in Build Arena, which was 750 at the time. Just a second they got that, I was like, we're just fighting for second. I'm only messing Slater. I said that because it'd be funny. Yikes, yeah. Just it was fighting for second by that point, and we did not make Cacti that time, but I'm kind of glad we didn't, because we would have lost so fast. We would have beat the other record. But like Vera's one of my best friends in the event community, and Mixer's always great. It's like a mini variety meetup because we were all members of Variety, but Mixer was there before Vera was. I would 100% run this team back, and I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna put it above season 13, just because season 13 is nostalgic, but for the fact that I got first place. So yeah, I would forever for Dan 10 that he was a bottom prag player who was on all-time low before this season. Fair. Yeah, and then you gave him good teammates, and then he cooked. What the fuck, Slater? No, I'm kidding. Hi, Charlie. Okay, next one then. People forget that. Very true. Okay, next one was Festive 2023. You guys already know where this team is going. You already know where that team is going. Need I say more? Need I say more? I mean, I will, because I have to give context. So, Festive 2023, obviously, it was 10 fucking million times better than Festive 22. Like, just immediately. True, that's where Vixel started to win every event. Oh Christ, yeah. I forgot he won back to back team events. I forgot about that. Yeah, the drunk team, Natty, well done. So I was on team with Titanium Zombie and Chimmy, and I think TZ contacted me. Yeah, that's crazy, Charlie. Oh my god. A year since your first MCBC. It's been 3 years since my first one. 3 years. I'm getting old. Anyways. That's 2023 was just a fucking vibe. It was like, I think to this day it is my favorite MCBC event. There will be another one that is coming close, but I think that was just my favorite all-time event so far. So that's good. So yeah, TZ contacted me and was like, "Hey, I won last year. I won Festive in 2022. He did. So he's like, so this year I want to take a chill thing, and I want to, raise money for charity while getting drunk. I'm like, are you with me? And he was like, are you with me? I'm like, yeah. So we got shit faced with Jimmy. I think I was the most sober, granted. Although I made some questionable life choices. If you watch that VOD back, I made some questionable life choices. But yeah. It's always been 5 years since I joined that staff team. Ew, you're old. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, this is just, like I said, just such a fun team. 100,000,000% would run it back. If I get the chance ever to run it back, I 100% will. It's not even a question. Okay, so that brings us to the big ass break. So from December on, we had a break until season 21, which was in July. It was a 7-month break, guys. Yeah. TZ and Jimmy just turned to shit talking each other by the end of the drunk team. It was so funny. Yeah, very true. And I just said, guys, don't fight, Or I didn't even know what I was doing. So, okay. I should mention the next few ones are teams that I have made. Because during this 7-month break, only 7, yeah, I know. During the 7-month break, I officially joined the staff team as the roster manager. So I've been doing that for over a year. So that's been mental. Explains why Charlie. It's been a year since Charlie had his first MCBC because I added him. You're welcome, Charlie. I'm kidding. W roster manager, yeah. So the next few teams are ones that I made, with the exception of one. But yeah, these are all teams I made. So I generously gave myself these teams, even though stats-wise, these teams were probably some of the worst teams in MCBC history. Listen, I was starting out. I was trying to figure it out. Okay, guys. Okay. Did the music end? It did. Oh no, we got to the end of the soundtrack already? Really? Let's just shuffle it and then just go. Okay, no, because that's not MCBC. That's WMCT. Our rivals. Anyways, let's go back to Rebelled. Anyways, I'm kidding, by the way. They're not our rivals at all. Okay. So yeah, this was the first team I made. So season 21, I was on a team with Shanster and Just Reese in July of 2024. So this was about a year ago. Insane team. Absolutely, this team was literally like, we're just going to play because there's no way we're winning. And once again, I made the team, so I knew making this team, I was like, we are probably not winning. So yeah. Where do I put it though? Honestly, if you watch this VOD back, I don't think I ever stopped fucking laughing in this VOD. It's close to being peak. The reason why I don't think it's peak was because, yeah, we have 4 kind of events since then, including 21. Yeah, which is why we're nearly at the end, Natty. Listen, I'm just there for vibes, and MCBC is not. It's not super high comp. Let's be realistic, guys. It's not super high comp. So like, giving myself a weaker team in a not very high comp event, I'm just here for fun. Okay, I'm gonna put this and run it back because I will 100% would run this team back because Reese is just an absolute just funniest guy. Sean is just hilarious as well. I miss Sean. He quit recently enough, so he's no longer part of the roster. Reese is still there. Reese finally got a win though. I'm so happy for Reese, man. Obviously, in case you don't know, Reese and myself applied along with Charlie, Vera, and Dan Ravioli to Block Wars, and we got picked as, or Block Wars Braun. We were one of the backup teams. So obviously, me and Reese are very I guess we would know each other well enough. At this point, though, I think we only had just met. We were working together with Gummy Studios for Kingdoms at the time, I think. So yeah. I feel like you can't realistically have a competitive Bedrock event. It's too laggy. Fair. Now, I feel like I should move this up a little bit. I think I'm gonna move it here. Cause like, once again, it's recent, but it's such a fun one. And re-spleef me in Spleef. And I am still getting my revenge from that. Thank you very much. Although, you know, my joke now is I spleef Charlie in events. But I will get my revenge on, I think I did get revenge on Reese. I think in 24 I did spleef him, actually. But I don't remember. But yeah. That team was fun. First team, like, drafted teams I made. So, like, I literally, that season I was like, I'm gonna try to make sure the other teams are balanced and just give myself, like, just a F around and we'll find out team. Okay, next event then. It would have been Java Jam, actually. That's insane. Yeah, it would have been Java Jam. Wow. Would it have been Java Jam? Oh, sorry, it would have been 22, but I didn't play in 22. So then after that, it would have been Java Jam. That's where it is. I was like, that feels like too big of a gap. I was like, oh yeah, 22. I didn't play in it. I benched myself for 22, guys. I'm such a chivalrous person. But then again, the last time I took a break was season 15. So I think I needed the break. Yeah, 22 and Java Jam were a week or two apart. Grant. Okay. Yeah, so that was the small little break then. So Java Jam, this team, I put this team here, but I didn't play in the event. I coached the team. So the team I coached was the Red Raccoons, consisting of Linksy, Liam, Abolish, Regret, and Cherry Fire. And I coached them to last place. But obviously, because I did not play in this event technically, I can only really put them in fun. I wouldn't put them in one and done because like I'd love to team with these people again in the future, and I did team with Liam in the, like, later on. Cherry and Abolish have not played MCBC since. I would love to get them back for one. I just too much of a chicken shit to actually ask them. But I think I put this I feel like that's the only place I can put this because I don't think I can move it up further. But yeah, it was fun. It was so fun getting to coach them, and they're all like amazing people. So I was really happy with the team I got. Then you had freaking fruit berries, Feinberg and who was the last one? Curryway on a team. Like, yeah. Just casually, I have Cherry Fire, Link to Liam, and Voltregrat, and then I think DJ Philly was coaching that team. Philly coached Did Philly coach the orange team? He did, right? Orange didn't even make top 2, which is crazy, by the way. The fact that team didn't even qualify is crazy to me. Philly did, yeah. So like that's insane. But like yeah. Yeah, Philly coached Orange Grand. Just making sure. Next one then would have been 23. They didn't really train. Well, yeah, I think didn't Curryway like break his arm or something. Was it Curryway or was it Feinberg who broke? It was Curryway, right? Curryway was playing one-handed. So that did put them a little bit at a disadvantage. And Frost had to put in errors, not gonna lie, that's why we won. Yeah, fair. And Showtime, of course. Of course, Showtime. Sorry, season 23, yes, I have it written right. So that happened in November. Like comparing it to TC and Amfrost, Ant was a little change like Gremlin. Yeah, Curryway had one hand. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've got a team with Defect again. Last time me and Defect teamed, there was the Defect curse. Oh yeah, I didn't mention season 19 was the start of the Defect curse, guys. I was part of that. So for anyone who doesn't know what the Defect curse is basically Defect cannot win finale games. No matter how hard he tries, he has never won a finale game. He's never won an MCBC as far as I'm aware. I can double check that. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think he's actually won an MCBC. Yet, which is insane. And I think he's qualified. He's qualified about 3 or 4 times for Cacti's and has lost every time. So that was the first time he lost. So yeah. And this time was no different, except this time we technically broke the Defect curse because we didn't make Cacti. We didn't make the finale, but it's known that Defect does really well in events and gets to a point where he can make finale and then never wins the finales. Yeah. So that's funny. Like this team on paper was so strong, and then we kind of forgot that Ignacio just kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a few years and then came back to play in this one event, and that was it. He wanted like hype people, so I gave him Defect, and I was like, okay, thinking this duo is gonna be really like overly stupid, powered, whatever. So I gave them me as a debuff because I'm not the worst nerf, but I feel like I balanced it more than nerfed them completely. I would put this on, I don't know, like I've teamed with Defect for other events after this, and like I love teaming with Defect. He's such a funny guy. I feel like this team though, I feel like this team was just like okay. I put it in one and done, but I'd put it like here for one and done. Like I would team with them individually again, but I think that one, and I think realistically Ignacio is going to be a one and done generally. I think that's going to be his only event. Defect, I've teamed with him before in other events and loved teaming with him. We teamed recently in a Java event and Defect curse kicked in. We made finale and then lost in the finale. So yeah, lol. But I feel like that's a one and done because I feel like I wouldn't run that team back necessarily. But it was a fun team. Next one then, season 24, I believe. Oh wait, no, I can't do maths. It is Festive 2024, and you guys know where this is going. I do not need to explain this team at all. In case you don't know, it's a running joke within the MCBC kind of roster, community, staff team that I absolutely suck at Festive. And I agree. I have come last in every Festive I played. Obviously, the year before, 2023, we had obviously the drunk team, so like makes sense. Um, Festivals are high and low through MCBC journey for real. Wise are always great, and then like comp wise it's just bad. But yeah, we once again came last. But to be fair, wait until you hear the teams that made the finale for Festive 2024. The team that won was TZ, Frost, and why can it was it Shane? I don't think no, it was Toph. Sorry, it was Toph. I was like, I don't think Shane ever came back after. Yeah, Toph. And they were in a finale against Plushie 33, Fruit Berries, and Coldback. Like, what? And also, by the way, I did not make those teams. Those teams were pre-made, and the 2 pre-made teams made the finale. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that, right? I made this team because Peters recently came back, and then MVP also recently came back, and I was like, I'm stealing you guys we're doing a variety team. So this is the proper variety team. I said this one season 19 was like a mini variety team, but like this is like actual variety team, and it was peak. Probably the craziest cacti matchup we've had. Yeah, that is crazy on paper. We came dead last. I think we got 69. The highlight of Festa was getting 69 points in in Battle Royale. The best part was season on console on like 15 FPS. That's crazy. Yeah, so this was peak. I think like I feel like depending on the day, this could be up here. But for today, I feel like it's just below 2023 just because like 2023 was just actually just so fun, but like this is like a very close second. Like I said, I could change this if I really felt like it, but I'm not going to because I'm gonna stick with my guns. Okay, the last 3 now. So next one was season 24. I was on a team with Rubixel and Linksy Liam, who I coached in Java Jam in case you did not realize the relation. So I brought him back for this season, and I think I did joke saying if I did add him to MCBC, I put him on a team with me, and that's exactly what I did. So yeah. Why is it playing Temple Lock? Oh, okay. I don't know why. I keep thinking the Relic Raider. I keep thinking the Relic Raider theme is from freaking from what is it? WMCT. Is it the same one as WMCT? Am I just really stupid? It sounds the same as like was it the parkour game Eruption? It sounds the same as the Eruption music. The different track. Really? Okay, maybe I'm just stupid. Okay. Yeah, it's all made by Roman, yeah, but like that's why I'm like, is it the same? I don't know. I am stupid. That's the answer. Yes. Okay. Season 24. This was our Star Wars theme event. So this was so much fun. Between run it back and fun, I think I'm gonna put it just in the middle because it was a fun team. It was Lynx Liam's first proper roster event. We did well enough as well. We had our Star Wars themed clothing, so I was Leia, Liam was Luke, and Rubixel was Han. It was a very fun team. I would run it back though. Like I said, it's like in between the two. 100%. Okay, second to last one now is Sturm's game night. So this was this was a non-canon. So basically the lightsabers were sick, they were very cool. Basically we collaborated with Storm for his game night. So we were raising money for charity, and a bunch of other events did it as well. So I helped out with making teams and balancing teams with that. So this was the team I made. So I was on a team with Aiden, and originally it was meant to be Vercon, but unfortunately Vercon had clash last minute. So we were running out of subs, so I messaged TZ and Philly and was like, hey, can you guys play in this event very last minute? Whoopsie doopsie. And they were both like, yeah. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, would it be more fair for me to put TZ on my team or Philly? And ultimately I decided TZ because I think Philly was on a team with Rubixel and I can't remember who the other person was. But like that team was strong on paper as well. So I was like, if I gave TZ Rubixel, they probably would win. So yeah, this was fun. I'm gonna put it in fun. I think I'm gonna put it at the bottom of fun because like it's, or actually I'm gonna put it up here because like it wasn't a canon event. It was full of a roster with people who had never played MCBC before. I think the original yellow team had to be changed around 3 times, which was stressful as the roster manager. But the team was fun. Yeah, it was fun. That's all I have to say. Last one then, TCBC Season 2, which was the most recent event in July. I was on team with Akoof and returning Plushie, and we won. This is my most recent event, and I won it. So, just for context, this is my last win in 2022. It took me 3 years to win. It took me 3 years to get another win in this godforsaken server or tournament server thing. Goddamn. But oh yeah, you beat me. I'm sorry, Natty. I literally stole Natty. Like I literally stole a win from Natty. Whoopsie daisy. But granted, I made the finale by 4 points. By the way. So for TCBC, it was the first place team and the third place team. The first and third place team made cacti. Yeah. So we got first team by 4 points. So we just beat red team, which was Rubixel, Ian, and Peters, which I was like, when I made that team, I was like, it's gonna be such a fun team, but if they actually take it seriously, they are scary, and they took it seriously. So yeah, it was scary. But we won. So I think it's Plushie's second win. I think it's Plushie's second win as well. Because Plushie won season 20, and then I think 24. Yeah, and then Akoof's first win, which is crazy. Akoof, I have to say, I think he is one of the most overlooked players on the roster. He is really good. And I think he works well, like, on any team, because he could, if he needs to, he's a great middle frag, but I feel like if you're also balancing him as a top frag, he is able to do that as well. Yeah, and everyone's first season 3 win, yeah. Or series 3 win, yeah. Crazy. Now, like, I would run it back, I think, but I'm leaning, once again, I feel like it's more in between the 2 tiers, but I'm gonna put it and run it back because it was fun, and TZBC was a fun event that I would love to run back someday. And that is it. So, just to reiterate, at the top, so the very, very peak event. Actually, well, I'm gonna, yeah, I'll keep it that way. So, peak, top of the top is Festive 2023. Don't let TZ back anywhere near the event, for real. So at the top is Festive 2024 with TZ and Chimmy. And then Festive 2023 with TZ and Phil. Wow, what? I'm gonna start that again. Okay, so at the peak tier is Festive 2023 with TZ and Chimmy, followed very closely by Festive 2024 with Peters and MBB. Then third place is Season 19 with Prime Strat and Bingus / Defect. I put Defect in over Bingus because Defect played more of the games. That's the only reason. Then in the Run It Back tier, we have Season 12 with TZ and Philly. Season 21 with Shanster and Just Reese. Season 20 with Mixer and Vercon. Season 13 with Chimmy and Trimestrat. And then TZBC with Koof and Plushie. Then in the fun tier, we have Season 24 with Rubixel and Linksy Liam. Season 11, my first event, with Zeph and Danda. And then Season 16 with Plushie and Stride. Storm's Game Night with Aiden and TZ. Then this was fun to coach. I would love to actually team with all these 3 in an event at some point, but it was Java Jam, where I coached Cherry Fire, Linksy Liam, and Abolish Regret. Then in our one and done category, just like, I wouldn't really do it again, but it was like enjoyable, was Season 23 with Defect and Ignacio Blades. Season 17 with Stride and Jaden, and then Festive 2022 with Avery and Orbits. And then in the very special Woman category, Season 14 with Minamuna and Gigi the Puppy, and then Season 18 with Avery and Ella Munch, or Aloha. Okay, and that's it. I had fun doing this. This was like a nice trip back down the memory lane. And it's nice to see like the teams I was on before I was roster manager and after roster manager. As you can tell, obviously stats wise, the ones that look like, you know, have the colored backgrounds, they're the ones that I made the teams for. So they're higher ranked because I think because I made them with having fun in mind, and I think that's why I enjoyed those teams so much. So yeah, your season 14 team is my favorite of your teams. Really? Ooh. Yeah, but if I was to actually put these in like an actual tier apart from Woman, I'd be putting season 14 into Run It Back 100%. And then I think season 18 also in Run It Back or Peak in between the two, I would say. Because that was just a fun event and like we did really well, so that was good. So yeah. This was, like I said, this was really fun. What I really want to do for a longer stream would be like ranking all the teams I've made for MCBC. I think that would be interesting. But like I said, that would take a bit longer, but I think that would be really fun to do as well. So I might do that next. So yeah, that would be fun. It would be very fun to even go back and look at it and just see how, like, looking back at the teams, what worked well for them, what didn't work well. Yeah, it would take, like I said, it'd take a bit longer, but that would be a fun one to set up for sure. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save the image. So I'm gonna just download it and download image. There we go. Just so we have it, I'm gonna post it on Twitter. So yeah, we're at 45 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream just because this is what I wanted to do for stream today, and I'm kind of tired, so I want to at least rest before work tomorrow. So I will be streaming again. I was gonna say Saturday, but I'm actually going out on Saturday, so it could be Sunday when I'm streaming. Well, I'll keep you guys updated. We'll do some Minecraft or something. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. And let me see if I can redirect or raid anyone. It's raid on, yes, raid on, it's a Wade on Twitch. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why I keep saying redirect. I don't even stream on YouTube anymore. Like, what am I doing? Who do I wanna... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redirect. I'm gonna raid Portal because he's doing a subathon. So if you haven't followed Portal already, do it. Oh, okay. Maybe. Well, he's eating food. But sure, they can add it back. It's fine. Okay. So yeah. I'll see you guys in the next stream, I guess. So make sure you stay around for the raid for points and stuff like that. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.